Hi, everybody. This is the second part of the practice test that I created. This is again from, I believe, McGraw-Hill. So this is their PSAT number 3 practice test. Uh, ETS only gave us 2 practice tests that were official. So I'm using these older ones. Now, these are not official PSATs, but they follow pretty well, and I'll try to uh, express my thinking as I go through this test. I don't preview these in general. I did preview number 22 by accident, so I'm going to be very quick at number 22. Hopefully, I'll be able to keep my timing down so that it's a reasonable amount of time. I'm going to try to finish in 25 minutes. I'm going to time myself using the timer that you see there. So, with no further ado, I will be also going through one other thing, and that is, as I do this, you'll notice that I'm using a blue pen. Now, I just went through the training for the PSAT proctor for ETS, and they do not allow for pens, unfortunately. I prefer pens because they'll show up better. Hopefully, you guys will be able to see it okay. And then at the end, I'm going to go over how to put your answers into the answer sheet. Anyway, here we go. Let's take a look, and let me get this one zoomed in for you, and I will do my timing, and I'll start right now. And there it is. If x minus 3 is 4 more than w, x minus 3 is w plus 4, then x is how much more than w? X is how much more than w? Of course, it's 7. And I am absolutely certain, so I put my star. Number 2, again, I said I previewed this one. This is almost a right triangle. If it was a right triangle, then I would know the area. Well, I can make it a right triangle by doing this, and I know that this is 1 unit over, and it looks like 4 units up. So it looks like I'm going to be off by 2 units. And this part right here goes from 3 to 7, I believe. Yep, 3 to 7. This is 4. So a triangle, 4 by 4. Let's see. Yeah, the whole thing is 4, isn't it? 3 to 7. Yep. The whole thing is 4. This whole part is 4. It looks like they did not draw it to scale, which is odd that they didn't put that. Anyway, it's going to be the area of this triangle. If the whole thing is 4 by 4, is going to be 8 minus 2, because of this little triangle in here, gives me an area of 6. I'm only going to put a check mark on there because I want to go back and double check everything and see if it makes sense, but I'm pretty 90% sure. All right. We've got 7b is an odd integer. What is the least possible value of b? Dang it. I got to get it in here closer so you can see it. There we go. So we've got an inequality here. Be careful with inequalities. I'm going to go ahead and subtract the 4b before I even write it. I'm going to have 3b minus 8 is greater than or equal to 16. Notice that I did not change the sign. I have to add 8 to both sides, so I get 3b is greater than or equal to 24. I divide by 3 on both sides, and I get b is greater than or equal to 8. Since it can be possible to be equal to 8, the least possible value of b is 8. And I'm pretty sure about that one. I probably would have put 2 checks if I was doing this on a real test. If the ratio of the area of the circle to the area of circle B is 2 to 1, then how many times larger is the circumference of circle A than the circumference of circle B? 2 to 1 gives you square root of 2 to 1. Okay, so these are their areas. And I really love this kind of problem because it's proportional. I sometimes call this the proportional dimensional proportionality. And when the areas are 2 to 1, this is r squared, big R squared, to little r squared. And that means that the radii or the diameters or any other single dimensional one is going to be the square root of these guys. So this is the square root of 2 to the square root of 1. This is equal to 1, so it's going to be square root of 2. A, and I'm absolutely certain. Man, a lot of A's in here. All right. If the average of 4 integers is 12. I've talked to people about this before, and the trick for these kinds of problems where you have an average is to think of this. If there's 4 integers and their average is 12, 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 would give you an average of 12. So I know that the sum is 48. What is the largest possible value of one of those integers? It says it's 4 positive integers. Now, one of the things you have to know is that 0 is not positive. So the smallest possible positive integer is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus what? Gives me the 48. It's going to be 45, isn't it? And it is E, and I'm absolutely certain. There are 4 positive integers that have a sum of 48 or an average of 12. Moving on. Number 9, if a triangle has 2 sides of length 6 and 10, 6, 10. This is called the triangle inequality. This is 6, this is 10. What is the largest possible integer value of the length of the third side? Oh, I hate it when that happens. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to think of stretching these out as far as you possibly can. And if I stretch them all the way out, I get a line segment. So to make it a triangle, it has to be just a little tiny bit smaller. So it's 15. We want the largest possible integer value of the length of the third side. Yep, 15. We want the largest possible value. The smallest possible value is going to be the difference, plus 1, which is 5. 2 identical cubes, each with a volume they're identical cubes, each with a volume of 64 cubic inches. All right, so I know that 4 cubed is 64. I have that memorized. Something you want to memorize are all your cubes, maybe up to 6 or 7, and then memorize your perfect squares up to 20. Really helpful. Anyway, they're both 4 cubed. Are glued together by setting the face of one of the cubes on top of the face of the other to form blah, 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 blah. What is the surface area? So what's going to happen is you're going to miss 2 surface areas that are going to get glued together. And they both have 6 sides, and they're all 16, and you've got 2 of those. So we're looking at 12 by 16, but 2 of them got glued together. 10 by 16 makes 160, and I'm pretty sure. I would say probably double check on that one. All right, if you need the picture, it's this, and then there's another cube on top, and the surface area is going to be all of the faces except for the 2 that are touching, that are glued face to face. In the preliminary round of the Little League World Series, each of the 6 teams plays every other team in the bracket exactly twice. How many games are played altogether in the preliminary round in one bracket? Handshakes. Okay, 6 teams plays every other team. How many games are played all together in one bracket? I'm going to guess 30. I'm going to move on. It's been a long time since I taught statistics, and this is kind of like a handshake problem. It has to do with factorials, and I don't have the formula memorized. I should, but I'll come back and make sure I've got it pretty close. Anyway, 28, I will definitely review again. All right, for these, you should not be reading these directions. You should be moving on and getting these answers. This one, the gas tank of tank A holds 30% less gasoline than the tank in B does. 30% less means that it's 70%. So A holds 70% of B. If car A can hold 21 gallons, you're going to have to divide by 0.7. Let's see, 21 over 0.7. I'm going to move the decimal one place and divide, and I get 3 at 30. 30 gallons, 30% less than 30 gallons is 21 gallons. And sure enough, I'm going to put a little star on there. Just set up the proportion, or set up the equation, and solved. Eric bakes a cake for his daughter's birthday party. He cuts the cake into 4 equal-sized pieces, then cuts each of the 4 pieces into 3 more equal, so 12 equal slices. Hidden in one of the pieces a golden coin. If he gives his daughter one of the slices chosen at random, what is the probability that she will get the piece containing the coin? 1 out of 12. Looks right. 12 equal pieces, and I'm going to put a star on that one as well. All right. If you're not into puzzles, you're going to have a little trouble with this. First of all, A plus B is equal to 7, and 6 plus C is equal to B. So C is 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. These are called digits. A is a digit, C is a digit, B is a digit. This is a correctly worked problem. The 3 letters A, B, and C represent a different digit, where B plus C equals 14. Interesting. C plus B equals 14. And we know that C, let's see. Oh, well, A plus B equals 7. And 6 plus C is greater than 10. What else do we know? Dang, I'm slow today. What is the value of A? Okay. 6 plus C, oh, interesting. 6 plus C equals 10 plus B. Yes, it does. C plus B equals 14. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract B and from both sides, and I'm going to subtract 6. C minus B equals 4. When I add those together, I get 2C is equal to 18. C equals 9. If I know what C is, that means that B has to be 5. And hopefully this makes sense to you guys. What I did, there's a lot to it. A plus B is 7, so A is 2. I'm absolutely sure, but I'm going to come back to it if I have time. How we doing for time, by the way? Shoot, where is it? Oh, I can't see my timer while I'm recording. All right, guys, let's go some faster here. Let me make sure I'm in the, gotta make sure I've got my diagram. Okay, figure not drawn to scale. Okay, so be careful. These triangles are not drawn to scale. The combined perimeter of the 3 identical isosceles, they are isosceles on the figure above, is 45. So each one has a perimeter of 15, and they're isosceles. If FE equals 2EG, so 4x equals 15, because the 3 are identical, and they all add up to 45. So each one has a perimeter of 15. And this one is twice as big. FE, oh, have it backwards. Dang, I almost messed it up. Okay, there we go. So 5x equals 15, so x equals 3, and these are 6 and 6, and it does add up to 15, and it all works. And don't worry about the angles. What is the value of AG? Where's AG? Oh, AG is 9. The whole distance all the way across. A lot of stuff going on there. The big trick is this one right here. FE is twice as big as EG. So it means that it's 2x and 2x and blah, blah, blah. All right. If you're not sure about this one, work it out yourself. Think about it some more. Maybe draw them to scale. If BC equals 4, CF equals 6, and FH equals 12, BH equals 8, what is the value of... Interesting. You guys are going to like this. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take BC times CF times FH times BH. Now, I don't know for sure this is going to work out the way I want it to, but take a look. I've got B times B is B squared. I've got C times C, which is C squared. I've got F times F, which is F squared. And H times H, which is H squared, which is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to take 4 times 6 times 12 times 8. 8 times 12 times 4 times 6 is 24. I'm not sure if you're supposed to have a calculator for this, but I'm guessing that it's not. 12 times 8 is 96. A lot of multiplying there, man. That's a big one. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll come back to this one. It is definitely 24 times 96. Maybe you're supposed to be able to use a calculator. It doesn't say. All right. Number 34. I'll multiply when I have a chance in a second. One number should be chosen at random from set X. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And added to a number chosen at random from set Y. Blah, 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 blah. What is the probability the sum will be an odd number? Interesting. Odd, 100%. Done. Now you need to be careful. You can't write 100 on there. You can write 1, and a lot of times they don't allow for additional zeros. So I would put 1. I think that's the only answer you can put is a 1. Yep. Always going to be odd. Okay. 35. I'm going to make sure I'm in the thing here. Figure is not drawn to scale. Figures. In the figure above, what is the value of B minus C? 53, 47. Interesting. B minus C. Well, we know that A plus B equals 47. So that's something we know. No, it doesn't. Plus 47 equals 180. So I'm going to subtract the 47 from both sides, and I have A plus B equals 133. Can't subtract today. Okay. What else do we want? What is the value? B minus C. I want B minus C. Oh, I get it now. Okay. A plus C plus 53. Hopefully you can see it, equals 180. Subtract the 53 from both sides. So I have A plus C equals 127. Yep, 127. And if I subtract this one, look what I get. B minus C is equal to, looks like 6. Tricky, tricky, tricky. You have to know about systems of equations. You have to know about triangle sum. A lot of stuff right there. 8 students in a physics class of 20 students took the final exam and scored an average of 87. So we have 8 out of 20. Okay. What is the average score for the remaining 12 students if the average for the entire class was 84? Okay. There are 12 students left who basically got 84s. That's their remaining average. Now, the first 8 got an average of 87. And we have a total of 20. So you take this and divide by 20 and you're done. I'm pretty sure that they're going to give you a calculator for this. I'm guessing that you can use a calculator on this guy because it would just take too long to mess around with it. So I'll grab my calculator in a little bit and do those problems. Oh man, I sure hope you could see this one. I'm so sorry. So 8 students had an average of 87. So I could pretend like those 8 students all got 87s. And the remaining part of the class all got 84s. And then I'm just going to take an average. It's kind of like a weighted average, a little different, little more thinking involved in that. All right, number 17. In the sequence above continues according to the pattern shown. What is the sum of the first 20 terms of this series? There's a... keep doing this. Okay, here we go, sorry. Negative 4, 2, 4, negative 4, 2, 4, negative 4, 2, 4. Okay, we want the first 20 terms. Now, I'm going to go ahead and write them out. Negative 4, 2, 4, negative 4, 2, 4, negative 4, 2, 4, negative 4, 2, 4. Now, yeah, why not? All right. And I've got 20 of these. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 18. And then I got 2 more. Okay, watch this. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 minus 4. Positive 14 minus 4 is 10. I'm guessing it's 10. I think it's probably right. Put 2 checks on that one. All right, last one. In the figure above, okay, make sure I'm lined up. There we go. In the figure above, the line segment VU, the whole line segment, is perpendicular line segment PR. Wait, VU, not drawing a scale. Where's PR? Oh, there it is. Oh, there we go. That makes sense. And ST. Okay, we've got right angles. Angle VQP, VQP, that's that one. TQU, TQU is 60. And VQ, VQ equals VR. VR, interesting. SU, equals UQ, man, equals 2. 2, 2, 60, 60. Wow, there's so much going on here. All right. 2 and 2. This is 45, of course. And so is this one, 45. Now, they want the area of the whole thing. This is a isosceles. This one is not isosceles. This one is a 30, 60, 90 right here. This one's 30, 60, 90. Thing is, this is 2, which makes this side 4, which makes this side root 3. So the area of the whole figure is going to be root 3 times 2 divided by 2. Let's see, make sure I got that right. Root 3 times 2 divided by 2 is this triangle right there. And then this triangle up here is going to be 2. So I've got 2 plus root 3 for the 2 triangles, and I've got 2 of those. So it's 4 plus 2 root 3, and we're probably supposed to round it. Okay, I think this is correct. I'm going to put 2 checks on it. I'm going to go ahead and start putting my answers into my answer sheet. Sorry, I don't know how long I've been going. I didn't realize that my timer would be covered up by this pause button. All right, so let's see how I do. I'm going to need a calculator for this one, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my calculator and do it. And while we're waiting for that, I'll just pause. Okay, folks, if you've been watching the video, you'll know I'm at about 22 minutes or so into starting. Uh, I'm filling in my bubbles. So 21 is E. Now, of course, I'd usually use a pencil, so I'll go ahead and use a pencil for this. 21 is E. 22 is A. 23 is A. 24 is A. 25 is E. You'll notice how easy it is for me to line these up. 26 is C, 27 is D, and 28. Again, I'm not sure about this one, but I'm going to guess 30 just quick. All right. Yep. I probably got it wrong. Now, I'm going to put, in my answer sheet, I want to put 30. I don't want to put 30.0 or any extra additional zeros. Make sure you fill in the bubbles. Very important. Don't just put the number. Number 30 is 1 over 12. I didn't put the decimal. I'm going to put 1 over 12. Notice that I had to use the fraction there. No mixed numbers. You can't have mixed numbers. Number 31 is 2. I'm just going to put the 2 at the very end. You could put it at the beginning or the end. Just don't put 2.0. You can't have additional zeros. Number 32 is 9. Again, I'm going to put it right at the end. And don't forget to fill in the bubble. Very important. Number 23 is 24 times 96. 2304. Oh, dang. Be very careful. Try not to do that. They sometimes count it wrong even when you erase, which is why I don't like erasing. Very important there. Okay. 34 is 1. What a weird answer. That's a tricky one. You got to be careful on that. 35 was 6. Again, I'm going to put it at the end. Number 36 is 8 times 87 plus 12 times 84 divided by 20. 85.2. And I'm filling them in as I go. 85. I certainly hope that's a point. 2. There we go. 85.2. Number 38. Wait. Where's my 37? Oh, it's 10. 10. And 7.46. 7. Now remember, this is rounded. 0.46. Can't remember if I rounded it off or not, but there it is. All done. I'll check my answers, and hopefully everything was clear enough. I should have turned on my autofocus. Oh, I can't believe I didn't have it on before. Hopefully y'all got it okay, and I didn't mess it up too bad. See you back again. Okay, folks, I'm back. Made a really, really dumb mistake, and you can see this one was 7-1 at that point. I added my new point without actually putting it in. It's at 8-1, which makes this whole distance over here 5, and it's now 5 by 4, which gives me an area of 10 minus the missing 2, which gives me an area of 8. Now, my class is supposed to do their corrections on a separate paper. So my suggestion is, I hope you can see it okay, I keep messing that up. My mistake was I didn't redo my point. I just left it right there next to there. I should have crossed it out and put a new point at 8-1 and then done the problem. Of course, it is, I'm going to explain it over here, and your corrections go on here. I should have written the new point. New point was 8-1. gives me an area of 10, 5 by 4 instead of 4 by 4. Really bad, dumb error. Not as bad as this one, though. I did not read the question carefully enough on number 23. That's why I missed it. I imagine some of you were already screaming at the screen when I put the answer. It says B is an odd integer. I did not read the directions. The smallest it can be, of course, is 9, and it was B. And notice that I noted to myself that I kept getting a bunch of A's in a row, which doesn't happen very often, surprisingly enough. It does happen, but not that often. If you get 3 in a row, be a little bit suspicious. My other error was when I was doing my average, I did not read it carefully enough. It says the entire class average was 84. I should have realized that this was a harder question and that this was the X and this was the 84 was the entire class average times 20. So now I can solve this. 84 times 20, and I'll put it on my calculator so you can see what I'm doing. You know what? I'm going to write it on here like I'm supposed to. Let me see. 23. 9. I like to put my actual corrections on here. So it was not 8, it was 9 instead, and now I have the correct answer. So make sure you do corrections. You just explain what you missed. You don't have to copy the question. You just have to put why you missed it. Number 29, I did 36. I got to get in the right place. 36. 8 times 87 plus 12 times X is equal to 84 times 20. Entire class average. My goodness gracious. Keep doing that. Okay. Was 84, which goes there, not there. This is the unknown. And I'm going to solve for X. It says, what is the average score for the remaining 12 students, which is this guy. So I'm going to take my 84 times 20. 1680, 8 times 87, I'm going to subtract the 984, no, oh, it doesn't say what it is. I'm going to subtract the 8 times 87, whatever that is. And I am going to get 12x is equal to 984, and then I'm going to divide by 12. 82. This was the average of the other 8 people, and I could test it just to make sure I'm actually correct. So 8 times 87 plus 12 times 82 gives me 1680. When I divide that by 20, I get the whole total class average of 84. I am absolutely sure I'm 36 now. Still not sure why my 38 is wrong. I suspect that they may have made an error, but I'm not absolutely sure. So try it yourself. I'm going to draw it to scale and redo it. And I'd hope you will do that as well. I'm actually going to do it on the back of this paper, and I will share it another time. Hope that helps. Have a nice day. Bye, guys. Hi, folks. Well, here's the picture. Sure enough, I figured out what the problem was. This is actually drawn to scale. This triangle was a 30, 60, 90, where the short leg is 2 and the long leg is 2 root 3. I put the long leg in the wrong place. Anyway, I ended up with 4 root 3 plus 4, which gave me approximately 10.93, and they rounded it to 11, which is incorrect, but this is pretty close. I was off by a factor of 2 because I put root 3 for this area because I put the long leg on the wrong side. Should have been a little more careful. But there it is. 35 minutes. Wow. Long one. Bye.